to see what's happening in the trading performance at the Nigerian Exchange Limited. And I have Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed already joining me via Zoom. He's an investment banker and stockbroker. Good to see you. How are you enjoying the holidays? I know you're also working, but let's do an overview of activities at the exchange. What are you looking at? 2 days off this week. We have just 3 days to trade.
Thank you so much, Barika de Salah, and also to commiserate with you over the passing on of your great dad.
Thank you.
The Lord will console you. So look, we need a trigger in the market, and we don't know if that trigger will come up this week, but we need a trigger. And if you look at happenings all over the world, you could be excited that Nigerian market is a little bit positive compared to a global market. And so if just this afternoon we begin to hear that the euro is in a 20 years low with the dollar. So when you look at that and with what is happening and what the exchange have been able to achieve, almost 20%, when the global market has, the global market is down over almost 20% too. So you tend to be a little bit excited. But going forward, we need a trigger, and those triggers, fortunately, will not come in the next 3 days because we'll not begin to get those earnings reports anytime soon. We'll start seeing those earnings reports come by the end of July and early August. So we could see, but what I can tell you that we see a lot of portfolio shuffling, where investors will be moving from some stocks that they have made capital appreciation to some strong value fundamental stocks. I'll be paying good dividend, especially now whereby the economy is choked in terms of liquidity. So liquidity become kings, and any company that's going to pay dividends seems to be the toast of investors.
I'm focused. Many times we talk about the financial space, talking about banking stocks. Are they still as liquid as they are? And would you advise anyone to put his or her cash into equities at the moment?
So look, they are the most liquid stocks still. The banking stocks still remain the most liquid stock in the market. If you look at large trading last week in terms of volume, you see that they are leading. But in terms of value, you see that other sectors are leading, maybe because of the high price of those stocks in those sectors. But will I advise anybody to put their money in the market at this moment? Definitely yes, especially if you are going to be there for the long time when you are looking at what I call value investment. If you are doing value investment, you look for strong fundamental stock. Gitco, former GTB is selling at its all-time low, 52 weeks low of 20 naira 45 kobo, and that's a good stock any day, anytime. You look at Zenith Bank, also you look at Access Bank, you look at UBA, you look at the tier 1 bank. When you want to take the tier 2 bank, you have to also look at Fidelity Bank. It's doing quite very, very well. And when those numbers begin to come in, which if you look at what happened in the first quarter, those results and what is going to happen going forward, you still are optimistic that the market will perform. And remember that when we have a down economy, like what we are seeing now with inflation going high, your investment tend to go up to meet up with inflation, comparable if you are in other fixed space whereby the value are fixed. So for now, I think investors should think of the equity market, but like I said, not so much for the short time, but for the long time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed. It's nice to always have you on the show.
Thank you, Tolulope.
All right, then. Effiong Ekop, you take it up from there. We did an overview yesterday, but with what we are seeing, it seems we'll still stay in the red for some time.
Yes, what we've seen in the market in the last 2 weeks, we've been trading in the negative territories for the reason that investors are carrying a kind of fatigue, in the market for some time now. And those who needed profits, they have also taken their profit, their margin out of the market. And so cautious trading is the in thing now. We've seen the performances of manufacturing and banking subsector, their contribution to the growth of the market. But as it is, we are coping with low volumes that we trade and with lower values. That is going to be the way forward, at least for this particular third quarter. And we know the reasons why like that. We have to factor in those negatives that affects investment. We bring in inflation, we bring in exchange rate, poor exchange rate, we bring in the negatives that manufacturers are complaining about. For instance, electricity problem. Now with heavy rain, we've now started talking about our poor road network, affecting even agricultural sector to bring the things in. So all of this you put in a basket, it affects investment. And so investors need to do great analysis before picking the thing all up. And these things that are going to stay with us for some time to come, we cannot remedy them, especially as we move into the political scene.
All right, then we'll take it up tomorrow when full work starts and trading will be on at the exchange. That's much time can take. We have actually run out of time. I must thank you so much, Effiong Ekop. We'll continue this discussion